So a few years ago, I successfully got 100% achievement completion in Master Chief Collection, and ever since then I've been looking for something similar in Halo to fill the void, and I think I finally found it. Here I am attempting a Halo 3 Legendary melee-only playthrough. No guns, no grenades. I start the level off by making sure my B button works. As you can clearly see, it does. These plants don't stand a chance, and neither do these enemies, let me tell you. So overall, this video is going to be pretty different from my past videos because I wanted to include a lot of gameplay to show that I actually was not shooting and throwing grenades behind the scenes. So we run up to the first brute here and just punch him in the back. And at this point I thought that this was going to be an absolutely flawless experience. I was going to have this whole run done in about 20-25 minutes max, which, as you'll see throughout this video, was not a realistic expectation. Unless you put out the video now, then I guess you'll never know, but good for you. I tried to mop up these grunts as quickly as I could, but I found myself losing shield a lot faster than I expected, so I did the noble strategy of hiding behind this rock and letting the Marines and Arbiter take out the remaining grunts while taking the majority of the bullets as well. Got my first checkpoint and was continuing to feel very confident. As I moved over here to the left, I thought maybe I could just sneak past some of these grunts, but they all jumped in unison like a cheerleading team. And I was about to start running over here, and the brute decided to force me back a little bit. And right when I started thinking, hey, how am I going to kill this brute, he answered for me. Now, my original plan for this video was to have a separate bonus video that had every single death during this level with a little counter over it, but unfortunately I had more deaths during this level than Game of Thrones probably had during its entire very disappointing run to the end. I brushed off the Game of Thrones disappointment and took out these grunts, and I couldn't figure out exactly how to approach this brute. I peeked to the right to see what he was doing. He was just standing there saying hi to me. I peeked to the left and saw he was distracted by the Arbiter. I was hoping he was still distracted, moved to the left, saw he had a bubble shield out, and I knew this was my best chance. Absolutely nothing could stop me here. Took off the shield, and a Marine betrayed me. The next attempt had a similar situation, but this time the brute had no shields. I told my Marines, please don't throw grenades at me, and actually this time they did. Took out the brute, took out the grunts around me. Barely. His bubble shield was actually the only reason I was alive. Everyone was dead, and I decided... Well, now everyone was dead, and I decided to... now everyone is dead. And I decided to celebrate by taking the blind skull and making it my melee weapon of choice. I figured there's no way I can shoot a bullet if there's no bullets to shoot. I moved up ahead here, said a few prayers to the Arbiter, was swiftly rewarded with a checkpoint, and I started taking these grunts out like this was on EO. Yep. These brute shots are brutal. Not really sure what I was thinking there, not my best moment. Honestly started losing hope a little bit here, but I knew I had the skill. I knew that I could get lucky enough for the brute to miss punching me and I could take him out here, and I just had to be smart and actually run away from the suicidal grunts. And I was thinking about it, and I didn't feel like I was getting the lunge distance or damage I needed with the skull, so I decided to just drop it and bring out the trusty brute shot again. I was trying to get the Marines up to help me out against these grunts. They were doing nothing, so I had to handle it on my own. I took cover behind this rock, gave it a little bit of a rub and a kiss as I moved forward to this tree, which did not get the same affection. If you look at the radar in the bottom left, you'll see that I had about 3 or 4 grunts to deal with. I just sat there until the Marines whittled them down to 1 and then whittled it down to 0. They're just fantastic whittlers. Ironically enough, this is probably the final time the Marines actually helped me this entire run or level, or maybe ever in Halo again. So a common trend I found during this level was every time I entered a new area, I got really stuck trying to figure out how to proceed, and I said, wow, this has to be the hardest part of this level, and I kept thinking that until I got to the next section, which proved just even harder. So here's me trying to figure out how to maneuver this, and I just get eradicated by the Jackal snipers, grunts, brutes, and bugs in the air. Next I tried to hide behind a tree, but the problem was this tree was the opposite of me, skinny and really easy to see around. Another trend in this video is that I'm sharing my pain and suffering by showing you some of the various many deaths I had in this area. Just so you know, it was not smooth sailing. Basically, from the moment I hit start on this level, so I heard this bubble shield go up, knew this was probably my best chance, went up, punched the brute, took him out like the professional assassin I am. Saw all those red dots and said, yep, no problem, I'm just going to run right past them. They can't do anything to me. Look at that dodge. So I figured it probably wasn't the smartest thing for me to be running around the left in full view of all the enemies, and I thought with all the rocks and cover on the right, if I take out a few grunts, I can maybe use this little tunnel here and jump above and kind of bypass all the enemies around me. I spent a lot of time debating what my next move should be and how to proceed, all while under the fire of plasma grenades from this random grunt we're gonna call Josh. He was kind of a dick. Eventually I tried to punch this random jackal, failed miserably. It was really embarrassing, but I had to put it in here. In my embarrassment, I just went for it, jumped up on this cliff, and got eradicated really quick. After about another 50 deaths or so, I did like the concept of moving along the right. I felt like I was getting further and further with it. I used this rock for some cover and made sure I had some full shield to take out this grunt. And once again, I don't know if this is what the exact pipe tunnel terminology of this thing is, but I jumped on it, absolutely nailed this jump first try. As you can see, got hit by something, a bug or mosquito, jumped right back up. I mean, that's professional jumping right there. And I had an opening. Did I go for it? Nope. But luckily I was not punished, and I made it to the next area. Waited for my shields to recharge and prayed for another checkpoint. Thought maybe if I jump up here I'll get it. Did not get it. I was starting to freak out a little bit. And there it is. So I knew that last area I was never going to have to see again. Just went for it first try here. Got past everyone. I mean, flying. This is professional speedrunning at its finest here. I thought that said checkpoint. I got really excited. But life is a disappointment, so when I respawned I wasn't surprised. Here's me running in the same area again. I got past everyone even smoother this time. I used this rock thinking it was my ally, but in reality 2 jackals were staring at me. I had no chance. Don't worry, you're not seeing the same clip twice. This time I ran right past the rock, fully confident, said goodbye to that jackal, dodged the grenade, and those brute shots just demolish you. Here I am, pro speedrunning strats, missed that jump, it's okay, I'll make the next one. Never had the chance. So I thought maybe, you know, I'd jump across the treetops to the left. Missed that, but I did scare the jackal so he wasn't shooting me anymore. Missed the shots on these grunts as well. Absolute pro Halo player I am. Can you not tell that I beat all the lassos and beat all the legendaries in under 3 hours for that Master Chief completion achievement? Took out this jackal like it was something personal, dropped back down, waited for my shield to come back. I don't know where this grunt and brood came from, but I mean, they just didn't face me, made it pretty easy. Hoping to get maybe a checkpoint here if I hide long enough. It wasn't happening, so I just went for it. Jackal decided not to shoot me. I thought this is it, this is the run, and I did get a checkpoint there, so at least I don't have to do that stupid jump anymore. I died like 30 times back there. I didn't want to bore you with all the deaths of me failing at jumping up there. Rushed this jackal, went back, got some shield. Gotta play smart here. This isn't your normal Halo 3 run. Intelligence is key. Take out these enemies one by one. I mean, I was feeling good here. Luckily, brute shots cannot do any damage to the trees of Sierra 117. I know that's not the name of the area, but in the name of the level, we're just going to go with it. Took out this brute. Took out the grunt. All enemies down. I'm feeling confident. Hit the brute one more time just to be sure. And we moved on. This next area scared me more than the others because of how open it was. There were snipers in the ridge across, tons of brutes and jackals and grunts that can really slow you down. This was my first attempt at it. I want to show you guys every area's first attempt at least. I ran past all the enemies, jumped up here, and thought I was in pretty good shape, but one of the brutes, jackals, grunts got me from behind. Here I am trying it once again. Now what I lack in intelligence, I make up for in confidence in this game. I just thought if I run straight at them, they might get scared and not shoot me. Here I am taking some cover, dodging sniper bullets left, and nope. They're just automatic with those things. I died a lot of times with snipers, let me tell you. Here's where I decided I should probably use that bubble shield I got, because it's not just for decoration. Making a mad dash for it. Sniper got me again. They were just absolutely lethal. Now this clip will show you a dramatic increase in performance and movement compared to the last clip, and that should tell you how much time passed between the two. As you can see, I nailed the timing of when to throw my bubble shield for prime sniper blockage as well as movement up ahead. All I had to do was dodge the sniper. I learned later in this run that snipers shoot twice in a rapid succession, and then they have a little pause. So that's why that sniper didn't take me out there. I used this tree as cover, waiting for a checkpoint. But unfortunately, the enemies from behind could also walk forward just like I could. Those red dots got closer and closer, and I didn't stand a chance. Brute took me out, and I was all the way back to, you guessed it, the last checkpoint and beginning of the area. Randomly got a checkpoint there, which I was very excited about. Just saved me a couple steps and got me quicker to the next sniper shots. Making solid movement here. Well, I mean, nope. No chance. Nope. It was going horrible. It was going so horrible, in fact, that it reverted to the previous checkpoint before that, so I was back here again. Now, if you were wondering, is this the worst part of the level? No. It only goes downhill from here. That brute gave me a little kiss. I guess he knows Craig from Halo Infinite. We moved on. I really didn't think I was going to get sniped there. I had a lot of hope. If you were wondering if I got tired of that Pelican pilot screaming as they were shot down, yes, I got tired of it about an hour before this clip took place. Got to zigzag the sniper up ahead and behind like they're alligators. And this time I was not going to use the tree. I was just going to go for it. Just prime movement. I figured nothing here could snipe me. There was no red dots appearing behind me. For the first time I could breathe. I zoomed in to see where the sniper is, and I got my checkpoint. That zoom was killer, because every single time after this I had to zoom out when I reloaded. Don't worry though, I didn't have to reload too many times or die too many times here. I only spent the next 3.5 hours of game time in this area, dying over and over again to the sniper alley up ahead. Half the jackals in the sniper alley had snipers that would one-shot you, and they could shoot twice really quickly. The other half had carbines that would melt your shield. I don't know how many jackals exactly are here. I'm going to guess about 140, because that's what it felt like. No matter which direction you went, left, middle, or right, you were just getting melted. I'm pretty sure at some point the sniper shots came from the sky. I'm not exactly sure if the jackals had invented drone technology at this point. I mean, you can just see it in the clips. I was getting nowhere. This area was so bad, in fact, that at one point... Oh, watch this. Look at that dodge. I mean, that was like Neo in the Matrix. This was it, but don't... Yep, he got his revenge on me. Anyway, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by the snipers. This area was so bad that when I went to bed the night after playing this, I dreamt that I got through this area and accidentally shot my brute shot at the enemies and had to restart the whole level as punishment. I mean, this is just such a fun time. At one point I tried to see if I could just jump out of the level. Could not do it. Brutes got me from behind. I was sitting at this tree because I had to wipe away the tears from crying in this area. I remembered, oh yeah, I do have a bubble shield. Maybe I can just go back to that clip and pause and see how many different jackal shots hit me. It's ridiculous. I figured my best shot was to run down the middle here, throw this bubble shield, and make a break for it to the next area. You just have to go for it. Jump. Learn quickly not to jump on that rock, because I swear they snipe you better if you're in midair. Maybe Chief slows down. I'm not exactly sure the physics behind it. Made it around the corner. Home. Back to this checkpoint again. Sniped off the spawn like this is MW2. Here I am going for it one last time. Almost got the jackal there. And this is where I gave up on my run. There was no hope at me beating this level. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys. Psych. Click part 2. It's up next.